It's leafy, it's green, and it looks as though it's about to rain. And we're in Hyde Park. So we must be in London, right, Paul?
Wrong! We're not in London, we're in Sydney, Australia.
Oh, well, let's start the show! Well, even though we're in Sydney, Australia, I think that there may still be a few familiar faces in this Hyde Park. But there is one thing that has caught my eye, first of all, and I'm not really sure what it is. It could be giant lipsticks, or it might be nuclear weapons. Well, we'll just have to take a look and find out. Right, well, here we are close up, and I think there's a sign, or there's something on one of these bases to explain what it is. But first of all, there's some sort of like basin. I'm not sure exactly what that's supposed to be. And here's the information. Can I even make it out? Yinin Madyemi, thou did let fall.
I think this is like an Aboriginal thing.
Yes. It says Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have always defended their country. Indigenous Australians are known to have served in the state colonial forces before Federation and have proudly carried on this tradition of service. This memorial on the land of the Gadigal clan pays tribute to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who have defended our country. Right, so it is some sort of armament, I think.
Yeah, because there was like some other thing to read there.
Oh, well, it was difficult to read that because it's been raining and it was a bit sort of shiny. That's my excuse. Okay. Where? You've seen something else, Paul? Oh, over here. What, in the bushes? Ah.
Well, that kind of felt like it.
Oh, right. Inspired by the story of the artist's grandfather, Eddie Albert, Yinin Madyemi, thou didst let fall comprises 4 standing bullets to represent those who survived and 3 fallen shells to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. There's one thing to add. I know it's not exactly marking the same thing, but while we're filming this, it's actually the 11th of November, Armistice Day. So I think it's quite appropriate that we are standing near to another tribute to the fallen. And continuing the war theme, this is the Anzac War Memorial behind me. The Anzac War Memorial celebrates the courage, endurance and sacrifice of the Australian soldiers who landed at Gallipoli on the 25th of April 1915, and it honours all the men and women of Australia who served their country in war. Yes, this is the Anzac War Memorial. So this is quite poignant because opposite the building we have the pool of reflection. The security guard just told us about it. And there's a duck in there at the moment, just over there, one duck. But this kind of reminds me of Washington, D.C.
Oh, the monument.
Yeah. Well, the security guard also said it is free to go in there, and on the other side there's an area called the Cascade, which was only finished in 2017. I think he said that they ran out of money and couldn't get it done in time. So that's over there. But we've got some rather interesting people that we want to see, and they are this direction.
Yes.
And just for good measure, on our way back, we went to the back of the Anzac Memorial Building and had a look at the Cascade.
Marcus, we see that bird again.
Yeah, earlier in a previous episode we did catch a bird that was being shooed away by someone. And I don't want to get too close. I don't know what this is or how dangerous it might be. But look. Yeah. It looks docile enough, but you never know. He's going up there. Wow. Not the kind of birds that we would see in London. There, it's mostly pigeons.
Did you know that Hyde Park is in the middle of Sydney CBD? So it's like right in the center of everything.
So it's like the lungs of the city.
Well, it is pretty in a prime location.
And it is very green, obviously, as well. I mean, look at all these sort of, I don't know what it is.
Shrubbery?
Yeah, yeah. But there's loads of it. It almost looks like lettuces. I'm not going to eat it, though. But there's loads of it.
Do you think that this is like a smaller version of Central Park? Like a much smaller version, obviously.
Well, yeah, I suppose it is, because it is right in the center of the city, same way as Central Park is right in the city of Manhattan. And it is sort of structured in a kind of a grid system here, I think.
I don't think it will take you that long to actually go to each nook and cranny.
And it seems to be split in the middle with a road, and that kind of reminds me of Central Park as well, where taxis and buses, yeah.
No, like it goes from west to east and vice versa.
Ah, right, I see. Well, I remember we did take a bus through it one time. So look at that over there, Paul. I think that might be St Mary's Cathedral.
Oh.
And it's not that far away, so we ought to pay it a visit. But look at this, first of all. HP, Harry Potter. No, Hyde Park. And that's Hyde Park over there as well. So we've got the road, splitting it right down the middle. Okay, well, let's make our way down these steps carefully, because it's been raining, it might be slippery. That was quick. And of course they drive on the left here in Australia, so it makes it easier for crossing the road, because I know which way to look first of all. Usually I do anyway. Right, up the steps. And here we are, Harry Potter again. And it's a straight road, I suppose you could call it, or wide path. Lots of shade from the trees here. It's been quite humid today, although it's been raining as well. But it feels cooler underneath these trees. Wow, look at that. It says Westfield at the top. But is that the Sydney Sky Tower, do you think?
I have no idea.
I think it might be, you know. Well, that's something to check out at another time. But let's continue our walk in the park. Right down at the end, I can see a fountain.
Oh my God, Marcus, look.
What?
Don't these trees remind you of the dark hedges in Northern Ireland?
They do.
They look eerily familiar.
Yeah, the way they're sort of cascading in.
Kind of intertwining at the top.
Yeah. In fact, I think there's more of them here now than there are at the dark hedges, because they had to remove some of them.
Were they kind of chopped down?
Yeah. But do you know something as well about these trees? I just love the root network. I've just been looking at them all. There's just something really fascinating about them, because I know that we've obviously got trees in Britain, but they just don't look like that at the roots.
No, and I think it is that color.
Yeah.
The bark. Right?
Yeah. If you know what type of tree this is, let us know in the comments. This one looks as though it's got like a face on it or something. It looks like a big droopy elephant, look. There's two eyes up there and a great big trunk. Let's take a look at the flowers. Lots of colour here. Not sure what they are, but there's purples, there's pinks, there's reds, there's whites. I think there might be a few pansies down there.
Wow, look at this fountain.
If you can hear me over the water, I can just about read what it says behind the cascading water there. It says, "This is the Archibald Memorial Fountain." That looks like a turtle spurting the water out of its mouth. See it from the front side now. Everyone's naked. This reminds me of Marseille, or France in general, where all the statues are naked. They just let it all hang out. There's fish, there's turtles. They're all spurting the water everywhere. And look, there's a ram over here. This guy. A goat. Oh wow. And a dog, I think, as well, right over there. This is Major General Lachlan Macquarie, Governor of New South Wales, 1810 to 1821. So we've just come outside the park and we've spotted Prince Albert Road. That may be a very big clue to who we're looking for. And here he is, just opposite the park. It's Prince Albert, the people of New South Wales, to Albert the Good, Prince Consort of Queen Victoria, 1866. Well, if Prince Albert is here, surely Queen Victoria is lurking not too far away. Well, Albert was just over there, and on the other side of the road, Queen Victoria, just over here. Back in Queen Victoria's day, she would have featured on the coinage. And in fact, it might have been produced right over here.
Oh, the mint. The Mint, 1816, formerly the Rum Hospital, Sydney's oldest surviving public building. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the country on which the Mint sits. The Gadigal people of the Ora Nation, we pay respect to the elders past, present, and emerging, and extend that respect to all First Nations people. Was, is, and will always be Aboriginal land.
And just opposite the Mint on the other side, look what we've got over here.
Courts.
Yeah, the law courts. And next to the Mint, we have got the Hyde Park Barracks. And like the Mint, you can go into the barracks. It's a museum and it's also got a shop. We have returned to the park because there's someone else that we needed to see. It's Captain Cook.
Okay.
Why is it done this? Captain James Cook was a British explorer, cartographer and naval officer famous for his 3 voyages between 1768 and 1779 in the Pacific Ocean and to New Zealand and Australia in particular. He made detailed maps of Newfoundland prior to making 3 voyages to the Pacific, during which he achieved the first recorded European contact with the eastern coastline of Australia and the Hawaiian Islands, and the first recorded circumnavigation of New Zealand. Now, if my grandmother was correct, I'm actually related to Captain James Cook. She always said we're related to Captain Cook, but never provided any evidence. And I haven't actually looked into it myself, so maybe it is true. Maybe this is one of my ancestors. What is this, Paul?
It's presented by John Fraser, MLC.
But what is it?
I don't know.
It's a fountain. Ah.
It looks like something that we've seen like in Uxbridge before, or in
Ickenham.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pump, like the Ickenham pump.
Yeah. Pump.
You pump up the volume then.
Water. So this is St. Mary's Cathedral, and this is a really big and stunning monument in the heart of Sydney.
Well, I think we haven't been to church since we've been here yet, so we should take a look inside. Please do, as it says on the wall behind me, please do subscribe to Paul and Marcus on YouTube. Wow, look at this. Welcome to Darling Harbour. And I wasn't expecting it to be quite as magnificent and quite as large as this. It really is on a big scale. And I'm not sure if there are flats around here. I can certainly see an Ibis hotel and another hotel, but there's buildings that look as though they are for accommodation, and I'm sure that the prices will be in the millions of dollars for a flat around here.
Anything by the water costs money.
Yeah, a room with a view, and what a view it is. There is a lot of construction going on, and I've just noticed over here it does say Harbourside Residences. So it's time, yeah, luxury indeed. It's time to get your checkbook out for one of those.
There is plenty to eat around here, just like this gelato place behind me. And I think I saw a lot of other bars and restaurants dotted across over there.
I can hear birds. I'm not sure if it's ducks or what it is, but look, we saw a seagull before, And there's another seagull here. This one looks as though it's fast asleep. Oh, it's seagulls making the noise. This one's really not interested at all. Are you, dear? Probably saying, just leave me alone. Why is everyone being so noisy? What's all the commotion about? Having a conversation with these ones down here, look. What's up, duck? Oh, they're quieting down now. Have I interrupted something? No.
I wonder where those boats are going, the marina.
Yes, I think there's like harborside cruises down there.
And I think that building, the one that is all glassy looking, that one looks like a miniature shard or something.
Yeah, it does.
That one.
It almost looks as though there should be something on the top of it as well, and it's just been sliced off.
Okay, so if you want to know where the fireworks take place, just scan the QR code for the dates and times. And this is according to the New South Wales state about Darling Harbour. So I think that's a good way to stay up to date with all fireworks related things, especially true during New Year's.
It says grunt on these life buoys. I'm not going to attempt that, but maybe a tennis player could have a go. They like to grunt. Oh, so look at these little ferries here.
So I guess you just hire them out.
Yeah. Well, I guess you've got harbourjet.com.au and you've got the Darling Harbour water taxis.
So we want to go to Taronga Zoo, which is on the north shore of Sydney, and I think we are going to have to take a ferry. I think that the taxi is going to be a bit more pricier.
Oh yes, it would be, yeah. No, we'll be taking a larger ferry for that. Loads of harbourside cafes and restaurants. It's around about 5:30, 5:45 in the evening in November, and it gets dark around 7:45. But you can see some of the lights are on already because it is quite cloudy today, quite overcast. And I think there's a real atmosphere about the place, and I'm sure after dark, when it's all lit up, it looks even more spectacular. Cockle Bay Wharf. I think these are seagulls behind us. There's certainly a seagull trying to get into the water over there. And there's been a real seagull theme here. There's another theme as well, because while we're filming this in November, it's coming up for Christmas. And we've got a really groovy Santa Claus in the background. I guess this looks a little bit out of season while you're watching this in February. But
yes,
never mind. Yes, I know. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed today's episode.
Yes, and for those of you that have liked today's episode, give us a thumbs up. For those of you that haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. And for those of you that want to leave a comment, please do so.
And if you'd like to buy us a coffee to help us along the way, there is a link in the description. So, from Sydney, we'll see you next time. Bye! Actually, maybe they're swans.